one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call this meeting to order at 6 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Barbara Hebert. Here. Chuck Costick.
Here.
Dana Isabella.
Here.
James Coffey.
Here.
And I am present.
Resolution 129, to accept the minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of April 6th of 2023 and April 13th of 2023 be accepted and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick. Is there a second?
Second.
Isabella. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry. Has there anyone seeking to provide public comment this evening? Seeing none. Move forward. You have a public hearing, so that's why I'm going to be checking my time throughout the meeting this evening, so I do apologize. Just want to make sure that I get that done at the appropriate time. Resolution 130, the abstract.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 6A-23 for $169,983.86. Abstract 6A-23 prepaids for the amount of $472,479.55 be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to pay said abstract.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Bert. Is there a second?
Second.
Isabella. Is there any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry. Thank you. Resolution 131, monthly department reports.
Resolved to receive and place on file the monthly department head reports for the following departments. Buildings and grounds for April of 2023, as well as codes and zoning, the dog control officer, highway superintendent, parks and recreation, supervisor's financial report, the town clerk, the water and wastewater department, and the planning and community development department for April and May of 2023.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella. Is there a second?
Second.
Costick. Any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry. Resolution 132, Katie'ville Volunteer Fire Department application to conduct and operate a place of public amusement and permit for public fireworks.
Whereas Katie'ville Volunteer Fire Department has duly submitted to the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board an application to conduct and operate a place of public amusement on Saturday, June 10th and Sunday, June 11th of 2023, and an application for a permit for public display of fireworks to be held at the field space on Church Street in the Town of Plattsburgh. And whereas the Katie'ville Field Day is a deeply rooted tradition in the Town of Plattsburgh that serves as our version of Old Homes Day, includes the only parade in the town, field day activities for all generations, and acts as an annual reunion of family and friends both near and far. And whereas the Town of Plattsburgh wishes to support our partnering municipal entity, the Katie'ville Volunteer Fire Department, with their annual field day festivities and fireworks, which are underwritten by local donations to help celebrate the return of the much-beloved town tradition. And whereas the town clerk has verified that all required documentation has been received and the town attorney approving the application and liability insurance coverage as to form, and the Katie'ville Volunteer Fire Department, as the controlling agency of the land on which the public display of fireworks is to be held, having also approved the granting of said application by the town. Now therefore it is resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does waive all of the related license and permit fees associated with this public event, and does hereby authorize and direct the town clerk to issue the required license to conduct and operate a place of public amusement within the town of Plattsburgh, and the permit for public display of fireworks by the applicant for said event on Saturday, June 10th and Sunday, June 11th of 2023. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, codes officer, town clerk, pool insurance, and the Katie'ville Fire Department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert. Is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion? I just want to thank the Katie'ville Volunteer Fire Department and all of the folks that they work with to bring this tradition back. I think it certainly is something that community and folks, as it says says near and far really look forward to. And I just think this has been a nice way for us to contribute a very small thing in support of it, and just want to thank everybody, particularly in the department, for their continued work day in and day out. But you know, they go above and beyond by doing community service such as this. So, and a lot of communities are losing these types of festivities because it's a lot of work. So, yeah. Anything further? If not, I'm going to ask for a roll call on this.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Abstain.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Thank you very much. At this time, the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board monthly meeting, public hearing on June 1st, 2023. The meeting was called to order at 6 p.m. by the presiding officer at the Town Hall, Baker Road. Further notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Plattsburgh will hold on to a hearing thereon at the Town Hall located on the Baker Road in the Town of Plattsburgh, Clinton County, New York, on Thursday, June 1st, 2023 at 6:05 p.m. prevailing time in relationship to the proposed amendments to the zoning ordinance. Tonight, we will accept written comment to the record for the hearing, and we will also open it for public comments from the floor. Can I get a motion to open this public hearing? Wood, is there a second?
Second.
Caustic, any discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, the public hearing will officially open at 6:06 p.m. Before I go to the floor, has the clerk's office received any written comments?
No.
The town supervisor's office has also not received any written comments. Is there anyone here tonight seeking to provide public comment from the floor? Okay, we will leave this public hearing open for a while, and we'll continue with the rest of our agenda. We will proceed to resolution 133, the annual audit report.
I make a motion that we waive the reading of this and move right to the vote.
Okay, Isabella, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Hebert, any discussion?
Just that, we take a conservative approach to our budget, and we obviously, with help of Supervisor Cashman, use the, zero budget format the department heads do. So we really have some strong budgetary controls that we put into place. So thanks to Pat Bowen and the rest of the other folks that work with our audit team. Because again, we have to deal with the unknown, of whether it's health insurance increases, retirement contributions, the infrastructure. Notice in the report that our long-term liability, Supervisor Cashman, has decreased, so that's in terms of our debts. That's good.
And we have another clean audit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. So,
I'd
thank
just
you.
like to say that for the last 19 years, I've always gone in and looked for all the things that we had, and this is the first year I couldn't find anything. So you've done well getting it all back so that there's no problems at all with any of our, any of the things that we have that they do audit. It's, yeah, I always look forward to looking at all those. Could not find them. I spent a long time.
It truly is a team approach. You know, the finances and the policies and procedures that support, you know, decision making from the town board to the department heads is a daily operation. You know, we're looking at these things every single day, and it's a team effort. So, and our auditing team has been great too. They specialize in municipal work, which is also very helpful because GASB, which among other things is there's a lot of nuances in there to understand. So, with anything further, can I get a roll call for this, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry. Thank you. Resolution 134, 2023 budget amendment.
Whereas the town may need to amend the 2023 budget to reflect changes in revenues and expenditures during the year, and whereas the budget amendments will be offset from existing fund balance or additional revenues, therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh authorize the following budget amendment as attached, and be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Heber,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Janet Sabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution does carry, thank you. 135, disposal of obsolete equipment.
Whereas it has been determined that the computer's equipment listed below is obsolete and no longer needed. Please note, it is all stated here. Whereas the computer equipment will be turned over to the Buildings and Grounds Department for proper disposal. And therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the disposal of said computers and equipment. It is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution is carried. Thank you. Resolution 136, disposal of obsolete equipment through international auctions, a difference between the previous.
Whereas it has been determined that the equipment listed below are obsolete and no longer needed. They are stated here. Whereas the equipment will be put out for bid through international auction for the proper disposal. Therefore be resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the sale of said equipment, and is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Thank you. Resolution 137, 1-year road warranty refund for Northwoods Supportive Housing Subdivision 2018.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Planning Board has reviewed and approved all requirements of the Northwoods Supportive Housing Subdivision 2018. And whereas the Northwoods Supportive Housing Subdivision 2018 has on file with the town of Plattsburgh a 1-year road warranty for their project in the original amount of $7,800 plus accrued interest. And whereas the project has satisfied all requirements of the town of Plattsburgh and is no longer necessary to hold said deposit, now therefore be resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to release the said deposit in the amount of $7,800 plus accrued interest to date. And it is further resolved that a certified copy of this resolution be forwarded by the planning department secretary with the return of deposit to Housing Visions Consultants.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, is there a second?
Second?
I couldn't call that one. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Third.
Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. We are going to go back to the public hearing. The meeting was called to order at 6 p.m. by the presiding officer of the Town Hall on Banker Road. Further notice is hereby given the Town Board of the Town of Plattsburgh will meet to hold a public hearing hereon at the Town Hall located in the Banker Road in the Town of Plattsburgh, Clinton County, New York, on Thursday, June 1st, 2023 at 6:05 p.m. prevailing time. For the proposed amendment to the zoning ordinance, this evening we will be accepting written comments into the record of the hearing, of which the Town Supervisor's Office and the clerk has not received any. We will now go back to opportunities for public hearing from the floor. Is there anyone in the room seeking to provide public comment from the floor? Okay.
If you want to.
All
Well,
right.
it's gonna affect us, that's why we're here. We wanna replace the home.
If you could just come up to the podium, we'd appreciate it.
When they rezoned it, they took Diane's, had turned over to my wife Ange's property, and they put it into the commercial. We're giving it to our son-in-law and her daughter. We wanna take out the old trailer and put a new double wide there. But we didn't rezone, they told us we had to get a variance, there you go, I was looking for that. But then they said to wait until this meeting to see if this passes, then we don't have to get a variance, all we gotta do is wait and get the permit. But it does affect us directly, we would really appreciate to go through, so we could change the neighborhood, because the old house is getting old and rough.
Okay.
Take that single wide down with the addition, put a brand new double wide on the slab, and make it look better.
Okay, so just to be clear, you support.
We support it, yes,
Okay.
I support it.
Okay, I just-
I'm sure my wife and my son-in-law. do.
Okay, just, I wanted to make sure we get the
Yeah.
clarity, because we may, after close this public hearing, act on this tonight, so I just want to be clear that you're in support of it, not against it.
Well, we're all in support of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that clarity. All right. Is there anyone else this evening seeking to provide public comment from the floor? Is there anyone else seeking to provide public comment from the floor? One last time, is there anyone else seeking to provide public comment from the floor? Seeing that we have not received anything in written comment, I've called this 3 times and provided an opportunity to provide comment from the floor, I would ask a motion to close this
So
public
moved.
hearing. Wood, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, is there any discussion regarding the public hearing? Seeing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, we will officially close the public hearing at 6:14 PM. You can all stick with me for a moment.
I should too.
Mm.
Gonna take turns reading
Need
this.
some oxygen?
My part's shorter
Yeah,
than
you're
yours, and I had to take a sip of water.
Kudos, Ms. Koji.
All right, at this point, I present from the docket, Resolution 138, zoning, map, and ordinance amendment and seeker review 2023.
Whereas, after thorough consideration and deliberation, the town board proposes to make the following amendment to the town zoning map and ordinance. Rezoning of the former Clinton County Airport and adjacent properties in conformance with the Smart Growth Plan for the former Clinton County Airport site dated October 28th of 2021. Being a part of the town's cumulative comprehensive plan, together with other minor map and text amendments to the zoning ordinance for the purposes of correcting omissions, errors, and oversights of the previous amendment. The proposed amendments are further and more specifically detailed by tax parcel, acreage, zone, and description in the exhibits titled Town of Plattsburgh Proposed Zoning Ordinance and Map Amendments, May 25th of 2023. Whereas in October 2021, the town of Plattsburgh completed a smart growth plan for the former Clinton County Airport, which included recommendations for land use practices and development state strategies. And whereas the town zoning ordinance and map must be revised from time to time to be in conformance with the town's comprehensive planning initiatives and to correct errors and omissions. And whereas a committee consisting of town codes and planning staff has been directed by the town board to make recommendations and propose map amendments that will bring the ordinance and map into conformance with the town's comprehensive planning objectives. And whereas the committee has prepared a draft of recommended map amendments for the former Clinton County Airport property and adjoining lands. And whereas the committee has also prepared a list of proposed minor zoning map amendments and zoning ordinance text, and used table amendments to address errors, omissions, and to improve document functionality. And whereas the town board is now in receipt of the committee's recommended zoning map and ordinance amendments, and whereas the Clinton County Planning Board was provided a copy of the proposed zoning map amendment and findings and recommendations report of the planning board, and did a 7-0 vote on May 3rd of 2023, approve the general municipal law, section 239-M, referral without comment. And whereas the town board duly called for a public hearing for the consideration of the aforesaid amendment and gave due notice thereof as required by law, and whereas the said public hearing was held by this town board at the Town Hall, 151 Baker Road in Plattsburgh on the first day of June of 2023 at 6:05 PM of said day, at which time the proposed zoning ordinance amendment and seeker materials were available. And whereas said Part 617 of the Environmental Conservation Law provides for an involved agency to review any action for the purpose of determining the effect of said action on the environment. And whereas said determination of the effect of said action on the environment will be necessary to determine whether a draft environmental impact statement is required. And whereas the town board is considered an involved agency in accordance with state laws for the purpose of assessing the effect of these zoning ordinance and map amendments on the environment, and whether or not said effect is significant enough to warrant the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement. And whereas the town board has previously declared the zoning map amendments to be a type 1 action, and a coordinated review was conducted. And whereas the town board has identified the relevant areas of environmental concern, has taken a hard look at these areas, and has made a reasoned elaboration of the basis for its determination. And whereas after review and discussion of the planning board's findings and recommendations report is the opinion of the members of the town board that the best interests of the town of Plattsburgh will be served by the adoption of certain said amendments. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board, in consideration of the planning board report and recommendation, comments made at the public hearing on the zoning ordinance amendments, the review of part 1, and the completion of parts 2 and 3 of the EAF long form, and the review of related materials, accordingly issues a negative declaration under seeker for the proposed zoning ordinance and map amendments, determining that said amendments will not have a significant effect on the environment, and the preparation of a DEIS is not required, and said declaration is hereby referenced and incorporated herein and shown as the attached secret documentation. And it be further resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh does hereby authorize and direct the supervisor to complete and have prepared and to execute a notice of no significant environmental impact negative declaration for this zoning ordinance map amendment. And be it further resolved that the notice of no significant environmental impact, which is the negative declaration, and all related material shall be maintained on file at the town offices of the town board and available for public inspection, and the reasons for the decision are stated in the attached negative declaration. And be it further resolved that the zoning ordinance and zoning map of the town of Plattsburgh be amended as follows. Rezoning of the former Clinton County Airport and adjacent properties in conformance with the smart growth plan for the former Clinton County Airport site dated October 28th of 2021, being a part of the town's cumulative comprehensive plan, together with other minor map and text amendments to the zoning ordinance for the purposes of correcting omissions, errors, and oversights of the previous amendment. The proposed amendments are further and more specifically detailed by tax parcel, acreage, zone, and description in the exhibits titled Town of Plattsburgh Proposed Zoning Ordinance and Map Amendments, May 25 of 2023. Resolved that said amendments be entered in the minutes of the meeting of the town board of the town of Plattsburgh held on the first day of June 2023. And be it further resolved that in accordance with section 264 and 265 of town law, a copy, summary, or abstract of the amendments, exclusive of any map, shall be published in the Press Republican, a newspaper published in the town, and that affidavits of publication thereof shall be later filed with the town clerk. And be further resolved that the amendments shall be effective as provided by and in accordance with section 265 of the town law. And be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the town clerk, zoning department, and planning department.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you were a town crier, you'd have to do this
Crier,
on the corner, multiple times.
Got
Sorry for
this.
doing that to you, Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Got this.
is there a motion?
So moved.
Hebert, Isabella, is there any discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Charles Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, resolution carries. I do want to thank staff for their tremendous amount of work in this. This is no light feat. And the other part to it is I think it really demonstrates why the town of Plattsburgh continues to be the economic engine for a lot of the material here. We truly are planning the work and working the plan, as our mantra says. And I can tell you that there are some really exciting things on the horizon for our town. I don't want to, jump on my soapbox too much, but there's just pent up interest from restaurants and hotels and other things right now for us. And the reason that we're attracting people to come to this region is because we have heard from even the public tonight. Thank you for being here. Often people get notices and they don't necessarily participate, and it's good to hear affirming information. So thank you to everybody. So with that, we'll proceed to our last resolution of the evening. Resolution 139, temporary seasonal hire for building and grounds department.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter from Steve Waldron, superintendent of buildings and grounds, requesting to hire a seasonal worker, and whereas Dennis Duquette be appointed to said position when all employment verification and eligibility provisions have been satisfied, starting on Monday, June 5th of 2023. Therefore, be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to sign all necessary documents to hire seasonal temporary help in the building and grounds department, and a certified copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, Cool Insurance, the Clinton County Civil Service Department personnel for their final approval, and a copy be placed in Mr. Duquette's personnel file.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Costick, is there a second?
Second.
Wood, any discussion? Seeing none. Given it's a hire, can I get a roll call, please?
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Barbara Hebert,
Yes.
Chuck Costick,
Yes.
Dana Isabella.
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes. Resolution carries. I know of no reason to have an executive session this evening, so please drive safe, everyone. Can I get a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting?
So moved.
Costa, is there a second?
Seconded.
Hebert, any discussion? Seeing none, all's in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes, we'll adjourn at 6:24 p.m. Thank you very much, folks.
That's a long one.
So how do these folks get affected with the airport
No,
property?
Yeah, there's no inside.
we did, along with the airport, we.
Yeah.
Errors and omissions.
Yeah,